All right, 10th and 11th grade game here. I was tracking down names. I had to use the restroom after the last one. Didn't have a lot of time to do that, so here we go. I think that was pretty good timing, all things considered. Here we go. So out of bounds, that is out of bounds on the Hoopstars. Oh, I'm sorry, on OSP Shaffer, and it'll go back to the Hoopstars. So the Hoopstars on offense. On the baseline. That's a pass. That's going to be taken. Almost taken away by OSP. By the way, this is our last broadcast of today, as there's a turnaround shot. That is up, and that is in there for Bree. So OSP Shaffer finds itself down by 2. The Hoopstars take an early 2-0 lead. Up ahead it comes. That is Copley. Over it comes for 3. No good. And Pape not able to handle that one. And the Hoopstars get back on offense. That's up ahead. That is going to be a shot. That one does not fall for Aaron. And it's rebounded by OSP. And there's a tie-up. And who's this going to favor? It will favor the OSP Shaffer team. So OSP has it stripped away. That's a steal by Mallory. Mallory at the other end. She puts it up. That's no good. Offensive rebound. That one does not fall. And it's taken by OSP. So OSP Shaffer has it now, and OSP Shaffer is going to be fouled. And I do believe that is a foul, they say, on Aaron. So that is the first team foul on the Hoopstars. So bringing the ball up the floor for Shaffer. OSP Shaffer is Brandon. Brandon gets it up ahead to Turner. Turner, bounce pass to Copley. She'll take a three-pointer. That doesn't fall for her. And it's rebounded by Bree. Bree's got it for the Hoopstars. That's Aaron. Giving it off. There's a three-point look. That's up, and that is good. So 3 points for number 21, Kayla. And that makes it 5-0. And there's a tie-up. This one's going to favor the Hoopstars, so the Hoopstars are going to get this ball back. Up 5. Mallory. Into the low post. That's a shot. That's up. That's no good for Bree, and that will be Pape on the rebound. Pape, good defense there as well to make that really, really hard on Bree. As Copley will put this one up, and no good. Offensive rebound, and then it's tied up and taken away. Taken away by the Hoopstars. Hoopstars have it back on offense. Back they come. Down the floor. Putting it up. Putting it in there. Count the bucket and the foul. That is Kayla for 2. And now Kayla will step up to the free throw line, and she will attempt the and one. Kayla at the free throw line. Connects. She's got 6. Hoopstars have 8. They lead at 8-0. And there's a steal, stolen away by the Hoopstars. And then it's taken back by OSP. Then the Hoopstars end up with it again. That is number 24, Mallory. Mallory in the short corner. Mallory outside. That's a three-point look. That is no good. Rebounded by Bree on the offensive glass. And then it goes back to OSP. So Bree had just enough of a contention there on that, as there's a timeout called by the OSP sideline. They trail 8-0 in the early going. We'll be back with 10:51 left to go in the opening half. Back to the action here. OSP on offense. There's a three-point look. That's up, and that rims out, and that's going to be rebounded by the Hoopstars. Up ahead it comes to Lakin. Lakin trying to find somebody to pass to. She does. Back out to Lakin. Lakin will attempt a three. That's short. And chasing it down will be the Hoopstars. There's a three-point look. That one doesn't fall. And that'll be taken by OSP Shaffer. That's Brandon. Brandon up ahead. That's Turner. He turns around, makes, almost made that shot, just not quite. Didn't quite fall for her. The score 8-0. Hoopstars up by 8. Driving it, putting it up, putting it in there. 2 more for the Hoopstars. And that is Kelsey with her first bucket of the ball game. It's 10-0 now. OSP. That's Brandon. Dishes it into the low post. And that's Pape. Had to take it away from her. Hoopstars up ahead. Bounce pass underneath. Up and good. Lakin for 2. 12-0. That's Brandon. Over to Ford. Ford almost has it stolen away by Kelsey. She knocked it out of bounds. And 3 in, 3 out here for OSP. 22, 23, and 11. That would be Green, Thomas, and Green, respectively. So 2 greens. They are twins for OSP Shaffer. That ball is going to be out of bounds, and that will be off of OSP, they say. OSP gives it back to Northwest Hoopstars, and they miss on the shot, and it's taken back by OSP. That'll be Ford to bring the ball up the floor. She finds Brandon. Brandon up ahead. Brandon with a pass over to Green. Green on the right wing. Trapped over there. Comes back to Brandon. Brandon gives it over to Green. There's a shot. That's up. That's no good. And it'll be chased down by the Hoopstars. The Hoopstars have it. Bringing it up ahead, putting it up, and putting it in there. That's Mallory, her first 2 of the game. That's a 14-0 Hoopstars lead over OSP Shaffer. Underneath and over the head of everybody and out of bounds. And back it'll come to the Northwest Hoopstars. Copley checks back in for Shaffer. Ford will sit. 10th and 11th grade game, our last broadcast of today. Jeremy Scott alongside Caleb Graham courtside. Caleb Graham manning the camera as he's been doing for us all day long. Underneath it comes. That's to Bree. Bree gives it up. That's no good. And that's a tie-up. Jump ball favors OSP Shaffer. And that's going to be stolen away by Northwest Hoopstars. Kelsey taking it to the other end, putting it up and in for 2. It's a 16-0 lead for the Northwest Hoopstars over OSP Shaffer. We're at just a little under 7.5 to go here in this opening half. Stolen away by Bree. Bree's got it for the Hoopstars. Bree gives it up ahead. That's Lakin. Lakin on the drive, and she is going to be fouled. Nope, they're going to say jump ball, but the possession arrow will favor Northwest Hoopstars. Inbounds it comes to Kenzie, kicking it back outside to Kelsey. Kelsey with Brandon on her. Crossover dribble, pass, drive, shot. No good. And OSP back on offense now. That's Brandon. Brandon giving it up. And on the drive, and losing it on the drive, that's Copley. She had it stripped away from her. Outlet pass. Up ahead, they come to Kelsey. Kelsey stops. Nice little pump fake by her, and the hesitation works. Kelsey's now got 6. OSP Shaffer finds itself in an 18-0 deficit. The Hoopstars have pretty much been in command since the get-go. Brandon giving it up, and that is number 12, Copley, who loses it. Up ahead it comes. There's a layup attempt, and good job on defense there on the part of number 23, Thomas. And there's a shot that is up, and that one will fall for the Northwest Hoopstars. That is 24, Mallory with a shot. It's a 20-0 lead. Couple of subs here. Turner as well as Ford. And out will be Brandon. Stolen away by the Northwest Hoopstars. That's Kelsey. Kelsey taking it to the other end, laying it up. No contest there. 22-20. This 22-0. I'm sorry, the score. With 5.5 to go here in this one, in the first half. On the steal, that's Lakin. Lakin had taken to the other end, and she is fouled on the drive, and so Lakin will step to the free throw line to attempt a pair. On the shot, that is up and no good. And by the way, she connected on her first shot. That was Lakin. And there's a tie-up. And it's the Hoopstars. Underneath, there's a shot, that's up. That's no good. Taken by Bree. Misses on her second shot opportunity. That's up, that's no good. That's rebounded by the OSP team. That's Green on the rebound, up ahead to Ford. And up ahead, that's stolen away by Bree. Bree on the steal. Hoopstars with it. Bree on the drive. Bree on the shot. Bree good. 25-20 the score. The Hoopstars lead OSP Shaffer. And splitting the double team will be number 13, Turner. Giving it off and getting fouled on her way up will be Green. And so Green will go to the free throw line with a chance to put Shaffer on the board for the first time today. That's the second team foul on the Hoopstars. Green takes the shot and makes the shot, and OSP Shaffer has gotten onto the scoreboard. As Pape will check back into the ball game, and taking a seat will be Green. 11 Green sits, 22 Green goes back to the foul line. And the shot falls for her. It's good. So Shaffer gets its first 2 of the ball game, and it comes via 2 Green free throws. And Brandon checks back in for OSP Shaffer as Green, who just made those free throws, will sit. Little under 4.5 to go in this first half. 3-point opportunity. Hits the side of the backboard and is taken by OSP. And up ahead, and that's through the intended receiver's hands. Underneath, there's a shot, that is up, and that is going to go out of bounds, and that was Aaron who had it stripped out of her hands, and it goes off of the Shaffer team and out of bounds. Hoopstars get it back. Inbounds it comes. Crossover, kick out. Pump fake by Aaron. Into the paint, and that's into traffic, kind of an ill-advised pass there. Shaffer gets it back. Brandon. Up ahead it comes to Ford. Ford with a shot. That's no good. Underneath. That is Turner who gets fouled. Turner's going to go to the free throw line for a chance to cut more into this Northwest Hoopstars lead. It's currently 23. Shaffer's only points have come via 2 green free throws. And that first shot for Turner does not fall. And that second shot also no good. So 0 for 2 from the line goes Turner. Remains a 25-2 game. Hoopstars on top. That's Lakin. Lakin on the drive. Lakin on the layup. No good. Rebounded by Pape. That's Brandon. Brandon has it swatted away from her. Kelsey on the other end. Puts it up. Puts it in. Kelsey has 10. The Hoopstars 27. Shaffer 2. With the score 27-2, it goes out of bounds, and it will go back to the Hoopstars. Lead it by 25. And if this holds for the second half, it will be a running clock. Short corner, kick out. For 3, no good. Rebounded by Pape. Pape going to be fouled. That's the 4th team foul on the Hoopstars. As Green will check back in, as will the other Green, and so will Thomas. And that'll be a foul. That'll be a foul on Brandon. That's the 3rd OSP Shaffer foul. 2:17 left in the first half of this one. Playing the point here is Aaron for the Hoopstars. Brandon on her. Aaron. Cross-court pass. It's over to Maddie. Maddie with a stoppage in play because the ball from the other court came over to this one. And that'll be Mallory to inbound, and she does. That's to Aaron. Aaron gives it off on the drive, and that is out of bounds, and that's swatted away from Lakin. Lakin inbounds it. That's to Aaron. No good. And OSP Shaffer ends up with it on the rebound. That is Thomas. That's stolen away, and that is up, and that is in there. And that is Lakin for 2 more. 29-2 is the score. That's stolen away by the Northwest Hoopstars. Aaron. Up ahead it comes. Into the corner. Lakin for 3. No good. Taken by OSP, and then out of bounds it goes. Who are they going to say it's off of? It's going to come towards OSP. Brandon, stolen away by Lakin. Lakin's got it. Up ahead it comes. Underneath the hoop, putting it up, putting it in there. That's Mallory. She's got 6. It's a 31-2 game. We're under a minute to go here in the first half. And there's another steal. Errant pass stolen away by the Northwest Hoopstars, and then that is taken away by Brandon. Brandon has it for OSP Shaffer. Ford up ahead. Back to Brandon. Brandon drives it. Brandon puts it up and in. First field goal for OSP Shaffer. Cuts it to a 31-4. Northwest Hoopstars lead. .30 seconds to go. That's Aaron. Gives it off into the corner. Cross-court pass. That's Lakin. She'll attempt a 3 and be short on that 3. And that's going to go to Brandon with 15 seconds to go. On the other end. 2-point shot, no good. And that shot does fall. And boy, I tell you what, you talk about a weird-looking shot there. Green looked to be tied up with the Northwest Hoopstars player, and it seemed like she just kind of put it up there. And at the buzzer, there was almost a 3-point heave from half court that went in for Mallory, but it did not, and that will be the end of the first half with the score 31-6. The Northwest Hoopstars in control of this one as we head to the second right here on GBA TV. Just about back to the action here for the second half. It is 31-6. Northwest Hoopstars lead OSP Shaffer. And it'll be the Hoopstars to control this to begin the second half of play. That's Bree kicking it outside. And there's a pass over to Aaron into the corner. That's a 3-point shot. That's up. That's no good. And that'll be rebounded by OSP Shaffer. That's Turner on that rebound to Brandon. Brandon over to Ford. That's Turner. Turner from the foul line puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Bree. Into the paint. That's up. That's no good. And that is rebounded by Turner. Over to Ford. Ford gets it back to Brandon. Brandon. Back to Ford. Left wing. That's up. That's no good, or that's out of bounds, I mean, and that's out of bounds, and that will go back to the Northwest Hoopstars with this running clock. It's 31-6. It's been all Hoopstars here so far. Into the paint goes Mallory. She gave it up to Erin. She had it stripped away from her. Inbounds it comes to Mallory. Cross-court pass. Three-point look. It's good. 3 more for the Northwest Hoopstars. That's a shot, that's up, and that is good. 34-8 the score. Pass into the paint. Outside. There's a shot. That's for 3, and it does not fall. And that'll be an OSP foul. And that'll put Erin at the free throw line. Erin at the line. Has not been there yet today.
She said if they have chicken salad.
Short on the first shot.
Okay.
3 check back in here for OSP. 3, 4, and 42. That'd be Lakin, Kelsey, and Kenzie.
I'll take ranch too, I guess. Does it come with like any weird stuff like olives?
Second shot is up, and that's no good.
Well, if it comes, I know she doesn't like tomatoes and onions and olives.
That's to Lakin.
So if it comes with any of those, just
Lakin dribbling. Lakin bounce pass to the elbow. Back outside. There's a 3-point look. That is no good. Rebounded by Erin. She puts it back up and she cleans it up, and that's in. Erin's first points today, 36-8. 3 gets set to check back in for OSP. There's a shot up and good for Copley for 2. 36-10 now the score. That's Lakin on the other end, kicking it outside. Lakin gets it back up at the top, gives it to Bree. Bree, little bounce pass, and that's stolen away by Shaffer. So that's a Turner steal that puts OSP back on the offensive. That's Bree. Bree puts it up, and that was partially blocked. Taken away by Erin. Up ahead, outlet pass to Lakin. Lakin underneath, Lakin on the lay-in. That's no good. And that is Turner. And I do believe her foot was on the line as the Greens, 11 and 22, check in, as does Thomas. And checking out will be Pape, as well as Ford and Turner. Lakin to inbound it. And that's stolen away. That's a Lakin foul. And up ahead it comes. Hoopstars back on offense. Cross-court pass to Lakin over her head. She wasn't able to quite get it. Kind of laughing about that one. Brandon, a crossover dribble. Brandon, over it comes to Thomas. And almost stolen away by Lakin. Thomas gets it back. Into the paint. That is Copley who hits the deck hard. And I do believe they are going to get a foul on the Hoopstars. So that is second team foul on the Hoopstars, and they are back on offense. Lakin taking it to the other end, laying it up. No good. She gets fouled on her way up. And Lakin will step to the free throw line, and she will attempt 2. As OSP gets set for another substitution here. But Lakin at the foul line, she is 1 of 1 today. Puts up the first one, and no good. As Ford checks back in for OSP, Shaffer checking back in for The Hoopstars 24-10, Mallory and Maddie. Lakin back at the line. No good on that attempt. So 0 for 2 that time as she steals the ball back and then steps out of bounds with it. And it's going to come back to OSP Shaffer. On the other end, that's taken by the Hoopstars. Taken back. Good defense there on the part of Maddie. Kicking it out to Lakin. She'll attempt a three and be short on that three. And back it comes to Lakin. Lakin almost has to take it away. And then it is taken away from her. And on the other end, shot up and no good. There's another shot. Put back opportunity, no good. Another opportunity. This one from the elbow for OSP. This one rebounded by Mallory. Outlet pass down the court. That is over to Kelsey. Kelsey cross-court pass. That'll be a 2-point shot. That's up. That's no good. And it'll be taken by OSP Shaffer. So Shaffer back on offense, down by 25. I'm sorry, 26, as we have it. There's a look that's no good. And that's rebounded by Thomas. She kicks it out to Copley for three. That one no good. Another offensive rebound. This one by Green. Green passes it to Green, and she puts it in. So Green, number 22, has 6 points. And the lead is further cut into. And it's going to keep going that direction as the clock will continue to wind. We'll go ahead and we'll match it up with the scorers table, although I had it as a 24-point game. Apparently it's only a 23-point game. As Copley will check out here for the OSP Shaffer team. Lakin, pass over to the right wing. Back to Lakin at the top. In the left corner. Passing up the three and then over the head of everybody. The intended receiver on that, Maddie. Tall, but not that tall. And it's going to come back to OSP Shaffer. Brandon up ahead to Green. Underneath the hoop to the other Green, and that is swatted out of bounds. What a play there by Kayla. Swat that ball out of bounds from Green. And it'll be Thomas to inbound it. She does to Green. Puts it up. No good. Green gets her own rebound. Green puts it back up. That one doesn't fall for her. There's kind of a fight between two teammates over that rebound, and Green ends up with it for OSP Shaffer. She puts it back up. That doesn't fall for her, and it ends up in the hands of the Northwest Hoopstars. That is Kelsey. Kelsey, little pass to the outside. Into the paint it comes. Back outside. 3-point shot falls. That's Kayla for three. That's her second three of the game. 39-13 becomes the score. OSP Shaffer. That's Brandon. I'm sorry, that's Ford. And she misses on the 3-point look. And an outlet pass forthcoming, I have to think, to Lakin. Lakin up ahead. Wide open path to the bucket. Layup no good. She's not able to put it in there. And there's a steal. Back outside to Lakin. There's a 3-point look. That one does not fall. I'll tell you what, that hit every part of that rim. Did not hit the net, though, for Kayla. As a few substitutions are allowed to be made here for OSP Shaffer and for the Northwest Hoopstars. Up ahead, stolen away by Bree. Bree's got it for the Hoopstars. And out of bounds, it's going to go back to OSP Shaffer. We're at 4.5, a little over 4.5 to play in the second half. It's been all Hoopstars. They lead it by 26. Swatted away, taken back by the Hoopstars. Up ahead with Mallory. Mallory, wide open path to the bucket. She is contested at the last second by Brandon, and she'll be fouled by Brandon, and so she will step to the free throw line for two. 3 substitutions coming up here for OSP Shaffer, as Mallory at the free throw line has not been there yet today. Connects on the first attempt.
Everybody but Jackie and Allie.
Mallory back at the line. No good on the second one. Rebounded by OSP Shaffer. Back down the floor with it and then stolen away. Northwest up ahead. Layup is good. That's Kayla for 2 more. Kayla now on the day has 11. It's a 42-13 ball game. Hoopstars up by 29. And through the hands of the intended receiver, Ford, and out of bounds. Three minutes, 30 seconds to play. Into the paint. And it's taken away. And there's a jump ball. Jump ball favors the Northwest Hoopstars, I do believe. Nope, favors OSP. Clock winds. We're 3:11 and counting. Up ahead. That's to Ford. Ford over to Turner. Back to Ford. Bounce pass. Shot up for Pape. Doesn't fall. And it'll be taken by Bree. So Bree's got it for the Northwest Hoopstars. Under 3 minutes to go in this one. They lead it by 29. Into the short corner. Outside. There's a shot. That is up. That is no good. Bree tries to grab that offensive board. Not able to do so. We won't have any live action tomorrow from courtside. However, we will have interviews throughout the day with Tom Strasser right here on GBA TV. So make sure that you tune in for that. That's sure to be a real treat. Anytime Tom Strasser gets the microphone in his hands, you never quite know what's going to happen. He's actually sitting across the court from us as we speak, calling games today from Aux 1, the Auxiliary 1 court. There's a shot. That is up, and that is good for 3. Add another 3 to the Northwest Hoopstars total. That's Maddie with her second 3 of the game. Makes it 45-13. Up ahead and over the head of everybody. Out of bounds it will go. The clock continues to wind. 42-4 will check in Kenzie and Kelsey. Mallory and Aaron will check out. For OSP, Brandon will sit, and Thomas will check in. Into the corner. Stolen away by OSP, and then back to the Northwest Hoopstars. There's a shot that's up. That's no good. And rebounded by OSP. Copley bringing the ball up the floor. Pass into the paint. That's up. That doesn't fall. Taken by the Northwest Hoopstars. As pushed down is Kelsey. Bree gets it. Pass it outside. Why not take a 3 at this point? That's up. That's no good. Practice your shooting where you can. 45-13 is the score. Brandon over to Ford. And on the floor, Pape ends up with it. Tie up. The clock will wind. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The Northwest Hoopstars take this one easily over OSP Shaffer by a final of 45-13. That will wrap up our day of broadcasting here on GBA TV. But again, we will have interviews throughout the day tomorrow. And so tune in for that throughout the day here on GBA TV, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Good night, everybody.